Pour yourself a cold one and join us for a show filled to the brim with fun,
Bite your tushy.
entertainment,
Donkey, don't give me that side.
information,
That is heavenly.
and a little weirdness.
Yeah, if you show up to the St. Patty's Day parade just with no green,
We're pinching you.
yeah, we're
Right
coming.
there.
We're coming at you.
With your permission, because we don't want to be sued.
It's Happy Hour with DJ Kyle.
Hey, welcome to Happy Hour presented by Jennings Insurance Group. I'm your host, DJ Kyle. On the show today, we have a furry friends, a cat named Minnow. We also sit down with a couple of fun gals and we talk about the West Side Christmas Walk. But up next on the show, we have Professor Jim Paisley going to be talking about some Christmas gift giving. All of that and so much more right here on Happy Hour.
At Jennings Insurance Group, we want you to have the best possible coverage and the knowledge to use it. We work with many insurance companies, but we work for our clients. Are you tired of being pushed into healthcare coverage you don't want or understand? At Jennings, we give you the right to vote. If you are looking for a consultant who will meet with you to explain your options, Jennings is the right choice. For many, healthcare coverage is one of the most important decisions. Make the right choice. Call Jennings today, 573-693-9443.
This reminder to drive safe and boat safe, brought to you by Price and Randall Injury Attorneys. And remember, buckle up and phones down.
The lake has it all, even this time of year. Some incredible events.
The scenic outdoors, there's so much to see.
But listen, there have been an average of 6 fatal crashes in Missouri per month from distracted driving this year.
That's where you come in. Always remember to buckle up and put your phones down. Your eyes belong on the road. This reminder to drive safe, boat safe, brought to you by Price and Randall Injury Attorneys.
Hello and welcome to Happy Hour presented by Jennings Insurance Group. We are here with our good friend, Professor Jim Paisley. Jim, how you doing today?
Hi, buddy. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. So
Good.
we're getting into the Christmas time right now.
Yes,
so
we are.
What kind of knowledge are you going to drop on us for Christmas time?
Well, if you're like me, this is a time of year where, everybody's having a good time, but you're also out doing all that shopping.
Oh,
We just had Black Friday, and
Supposed to
you're
be
sitting
doing
there
that, right?
thinking, boy, how much are you spending on this, right? And so this Christmas gift giving, I thought it'd be interesting to talk about where in the world did that start?
Yeah.
And it's pretty interesting history on all of this. Now, the first thing you have to ask is, where did we even come up with December 25th as the date to celebrate? Because everybody knows that Jesus wasn't born on, the 25th. It was actually sometime earlier in the year, but they said, no, this is a date we'll celebrate it on. Well, while Christmas is a centuries-old tradition, it never was an official American holiday until 1870. After the Civil War is when it finally became a holiday. And there was a fellow by the name of Burton Cook. He was in the House of Representatives in Illinois, and he said, I think we ought to make an official Christmas day. And he proposed it to the House and Senate in 1870, and none other than Ulysses S. Grant signed the official proclamation declaring Christmas. So you can thank Ulysses Grant.
Way to go.
For Christmas, yes. Now, as I said, we all spend probably way more than we should at Christmas. The estimates are somewhere around $900 billion will be spent at Christmas this year. And like I say, most people really don't have any real explanation as to why. Well, it's what you do.
Yeah, it's Christmas time.
Yeah, it's Black Friday, and that's what we do, okay? Now, Christians will tell you it's to celebrate the birth of Christ. Others will tell you they're just following tradition. It just, but it's that time of year, if you will, okay? Now, you know me, I won't pass up a chance to talk about history, and so here we go. Now, in early America, there was no Christmas gift giving. None.
Okay.
None at all, okay? And in fact, the Puritans, who we've talked about on previous shows, the Pilgrims and the Puritans, they didn't like Christmas, so much so that they actually passed a law in 1659 that banned Christmas.
Huh.
And if you were caught celebrating Christmas, it was a 10 shilling fine.
Well, which would be a lot.
Yes, would be a lot, right? And that ban remained in place for 22 years until it was repealed in 1681, okay? Now, the main reason why is more and more immigrants were coming from Europe, and they said, what, no Christmas? Are you kidding? Yeah, and so they kind of overruled the governor there and said, no, we're going to have it again, all right? Now, you have to ask yourself, well, weren't the Puritans Christians, and didn't they want to honor the birth of Jesus? Well, of course they were Christians, and of course they did, but they basically said, when you start looking at this, it's not about the gift giving. There's a lot more to it, okay? Now, most Christians don't realize this, but Christians did not celebrate anything in late December for the first 300 years after Christ was born. So for 300 years after Christ, there was no Christmas.
No Christmas.
Nothing at all right? What they did celebrate was something called Saturnalia. And what it was a Roman festival. And it was basically at the end of the harvest season. All the crops have been come in, and everybody's kind of sitting around their house, and it's cold and miserable. And then lo and behold, you hit the winter equinox where the days start getting longer again. And so they said, we should have a festival because we're over the hump. Now we're going back into the longer days. And so it became a thing for the ancient Romans to have Saturnalia. Okay? And what was interesting about it is rather than give gifts, the wealthy waited on the poor. Okay? So the peasants in the village, here comes the wealthy, and they'd bring you a bundle of firewood, or they'd bring you something to eat, or whatever it might be.
Kind of like the first Christmas bonus, huh?
Yes, exactly right. And the whole idea was, the reason why they did it was because they're afraid if you let those guys sit in those little freezing huts all winter long, they're going to revolt.
Yeah.
So halfway through the year, they'd bestow gifts on them.
Look how nice we are.
Yes. There was a little bit of politics involved, you see. So the holiday was actually celebrated with a sacrifice to the temple at the temple of Saturn in the Roman Forum. Okay, and it was when Saturn and all the planets aligned just right, and we get that winter equinox. Okay, and they even had a name for it. They call it Dies Natalis Solis Invicti, which meant the birthday of the unconquered sun. So the sun is rebirthing and it's getting bigger.
I see.
Getting longer every day. Okay, and so that became a big day. In the Middle Ages, Christmas was a 2-week period, from Christmas Eve until the 12th night of January, January the 6th, and that's where we get our 12 days of Christmas.
12 days of Christmas.
Okay, so that was another one. Now, according to historians, advertisements for Christmas presents started appearing in newspapers in around the 1820s here in America. Wow. And throughout the mid-1800s, entrepreneurs were out there with little huts and little stands along the road selling trinkets and stuff to people to give for Christmas, okay? Now, New York's population exploded between the 1800s, 1800 and 1850. So lots and lots of people coming in with Christmas traditions from Europe. And so now what happened is the businessmen got together and they said, we need to figure out a way to sell more stuff at Christmas. And this was a group called the Knickerbockers. Yeah, and the Knickerbockers were just a bunch of wealthy businessmen, owned most of the big stores, and they got together and said, we need to make this a thing, and that's how your Christmas shopping through the holidays came about. Okay?
Marketing is powerful.
It was marketing, exactly, right. Now, these guys happened to have amongst their midst some authors, and one of them was none other than Washington Irving, and he was a member of the Knickerbockers, and they took one of his stories that talked all about Christmas and Christmas traditions, and they said, we'll adopt that and we'll make that part of this promotion thing we're doing. And then another member, a fellow by the name of Clement Clark Moore, he established the tradition of celebrating Christmas with his poem. It was called A Visit from St. Nicholas. You and I know it as The Night Before Christmas.
Oh.
Now, that was all the way back in 1822. So basically, if you take these Christmas stories that these guys that were members of this marketing group wrote, that's how we turned around and came up with their traditions.
Well, there you go, the history of Christmas gift giving. Thank you so much, Professor Jim Paisley. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show. We have more Happy Hour coming up right after this.
Jennings Insurance Group, your local agency, is here to help navigate your choices and remove the guesswork when it comes to health insurance and retirement solutions. You have the right to vote on your healthcare and financial future. Our licensed and trained agents are ready to talk with you today.
Hey, it's your good buddy DJ Kyle, and I want to invite you and all of your friends out to see me out and about on the town. We do trivia nights for those of you that love trivia. Come on out and see me every Wednesday night. I'm at Alley Cats down by the Strip at 6:30, and Thursday nights I'm at the Highlander Public House in Camdenton at 6:30. Bring your friends, bring your family, bring the fun. It's a great time. We'll see you there.
You've dealt with chronic knee, back, and even foot pain for years, and nothing has seemed to work. Until now. Introducing Beck Wellness Center's new specialty knee rehab program and neuropathy techniques you've probably never seen before. And they work. Board certified in neuropathy, experience Dr. Beck's breakthrough rescue program that can eliminate problems at their source. Try it to believe it. Give us a call today. Your healthier, happier life starts with Beck Wellness Center.
Hey, welcome back to Happy Hour presented by Jennings Insurance Group. I'm your host, DJ Kyle, and we are sitting here with Angie and Jill, and they are here to tell us a little bit about the West Side Christmas Walk. And this sounds like such a fun thing to be involved in. Tell us a little bit about how the West Side Christmas Walk got started, first of all, and then we'll dive into what all is happening this year.
Well, 4 years ago, two guys gave us a phone call and said, hey, we got a meeting going on. We want to do something to make the West Side more recognizable. We want people to come to us. Mm-hmm. And we said, okay, and who are you? And my name's Kevin, and TJ's my partner, and we're from American Elm. And you can meet us at the Littlest Chocolatier at such and such, and we went, and we've never looked back. This is our 4th year. 2 years ago, our 2nd year as administrators. Mm-hmm. So
we've been working on the Christmas walk. This, like she said, our 2nd year. We have 34 local businesses participating. They go from Greenview to almost Gravois. Yeah. So we got a good little stretch there. We've got what we do is we encourage everybody to come to the West Side, see what's happening, see what we have going on. See what all of our mom and pop small shops have to offer. Yeah. And it's that time of year, so everybody's gotten ready for Christmas. So what we're doing is we've got some punch cards. Everybody gets a punch card. You get 6 stamps. You get entered into the raffle prize. And we just want you to come into the businesses. Come in, say hello. Everybody's doing in-store specials. We're doing refreshments, drinks, good times.
Yeah.
Games, drawings.
And I love this because this is just such a festive event. It's just a day full of excitement in every store. And you were telling me earlier that one of the churches is having a big kind of like bazaar, if you will?
A Christmas carnival, a kids' Christmas carnival. The Christian Academy, they've been participating every year. This year they're doing a scavenger hunt in town. They have refreshments, they have games, they have vendors, they have bounce houses, they have just everything. It's just so fun. It's a great place for, take the kids, let them burn off some energy. Yeah. Mom and Dad do some shopping, super fun there. We have the Sunrise Beach Little Theater. They've got lots of cool, neat local vendors in there. Mm-hmm. I think Demolition Brewing Company's having some vendors.
It's brand new, and it's an awesome place to go. The owners are awesome, veteran owned. I will throw that in there.
And you could make literally an entire day of this.
You do.
You do.
You have a spot for the kids to play, and there's also food along this stop.
Yes.
Is that right?
The Midwest Healing Center is offering rest and relaxation. You can come in, have a snack, take a break, use the restroom. They're new this year, and right next door to them is Bryant's Osage Outdoors, which gotta love them. They have pizza and booze, so that's always a great day. And as you go down, it's gonna take all day to hit all the businesses. Yeah. And if you go in, do some shopping, do some chit chatting, it'll take you all day, but it's worth it. It's a good time.
And the specials in the stores will be, we have thrift centers that are offering 50% off store-wide.
Wow.
All day long. there's games.
Each store has a different in-store special. There's a few of them that are doing 50% off, some 25% off. There's a couple places, the first few customers in, the first 20 customers get a bonus $20 discount.
Nice.
So each store has in-store specials and they're all awesome. And they're all awesome.
So again, how many stores are involved in it this year?
34.
34 stores. Now, at any one of these stores that are on this card, you can get one of these cards, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
then that will let you go to the next stop. So each one of those stops counts as one of those
Yes.
hole punches or whatever.
You
and
get
after
in-
just 6.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
After
man.
6 punches, you get entered into the
you're
raffle.
in for that raffle.
There is no purchase necessary at any of the shops. You can come in and say, punch me, punch me. And we punch and they run out the door again. But most stay to look around, to see what it has to offer. We've got such awesome places. We've got consignment shops like Unique Finds and Mint Consignments. We have
Bakery, Sunrise Bakery. Yummy.
Awesome.
And so many of these ma and pa stores, there's nothing worse than walking into a place wearing the exact same shirt off of the rack that someone else is, and you go to these ma and pa places and they're so unique and they have that diamond in the rough, those very unique finds that you might not be able to find at this place or that place. So the West Side is a place to check out, and why not check it out for the West Side Christmas Walk? Now tell us again, when does this go down?
So it's always the first Saturday in December.
Okay.
As for times, it is each individual businesses. You know, the bakery's open at 7 in the morning.
Yep. Might as well get started early.
Right.
We
Papa's
open the
Pit
bargain
Stop.
box at 9.
Gotcha.
And we're located right there with Westside Hair and Muscle Mania.
Okay.
We'll all be open at 9 a.m. I think the general is everybody's going to try to be there about 9 a.m.
Yeah.
So because you're going to need a full day.
That's
a full
right.
day to hit everything. Stop by some of the shops for lunch. Perfect timing.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can do
Your
breakfast,
first-
lunch, and dinner all without leaving the West Side.
That's right. Your first stop should be to get a nice pair of good walking shoes. You know, go somewhere to get some good walking shoes. Then you're ready to walk all day.
Absolutely.
And you wouldn't believe the number of people saying, do you really want us to walk 19 miles?
No, it's just a
No, we're
Christmas
not
walk.
really
You
gonna
can
walk,
drive to
but-
the next place, but walk around in the stores, right?
We do have a few that are the strip malls like we are. And Caring Hearts have to have it. They're strip mall. Well,
Yeah.
you can hit 4 shops at once and they love that.
Yeah.
So they
Oh,
get 4
absolutely.
punches. Do more and we're full. Turn it in, get a new one, and away they go.
Absolutely.
And it's everything from Grace and Grit, with, nice little boutiques where you can
Yeah,
be
we have Grace
pampered.
Grit, Sassy Sadie's, we have Blakey Silk Blooms, Mace Bakers, like all kinds of really neat local mom and pop shops.
And I also understand there's places to have margaritas on this Christmas walk.
Well, yes, last year
and
it was Bloody
mimosas
Marys.
and
Maybe
Bloody
mimosas,
Marys.
Bloody Marys.
There's no telling what you're gonna find when you go in there. I know Jody at Sassy Sadie's always does a cute little mimosa bar in the mornings.
Yeah.
So, and I'm sure she will again this year.
Yes, she already mentioned
and
it.
Bryant's, of course, and
Yeah, James at Bryant Osage is, from what I hear, he's a comic in himself, and it's just great to go in there and just be with him for a while and spend some time in there.
Absolutely.
And that store's been around for a long time. So it's just fun. I don't even know how else to say it, and it's mainly the mom and pop stores.
That's
it's the smaller
awesome.
stores.
And you have to check it out. It's the West Side Christmas Walk. More information on Facebook. And we have more happy hour coming up right after this.
Jennings Insurance Group is your hometown agency giving you control over your choices in healthcare coverage and retirement. We use insurance as a tool to positively impact your life, giving you the peace of mind to handle whatever life throws your way. Our licensed agents are ready to offer you solutions today.
Being close to the water makes you more you. It's where the great unknown brings clarity. And letting go is how you really get going. Because only when you're on a Yamaha Wave Runner do you truly discover what you're made of.
Visit Surdak Yamaha at Lake of the Ozarks, 50 years strong.
Welcome to another edition of Furry Friends. I am Megan Albers. This is Mary Meowmy Tilly. We are in the big cat room. We haven't been in here in a while.
Nope, we sure haven't.
And today we have a very cute gray kitty named Minnow.
Yes.
Tell me about Minnow.
So there's a possibility that our viewers may remember Minnow from in the past. He originally came into us in July of 2023. Okay. And he was adopted out in March, I believe it was. So very early this year.
Yeah.
And was gone for about 8 months. Got brought back about mid-November. They decided at that point that it was not working out because he wouldn't quit smacking the dogs.
Oh no!
Apparently they had small breed dogs, and he just kept going after them and never would stop.
Oh gosh!
So we definitely have Minnow labeled as no dogs this time around. And we were told they did also have a cat in the home, and kind of got mixed signals. I wasn't here the day that he was brought back in. It was my day off. And so I'm not entirely sure. I got the impression that one person felt like they said he was okay with the other cat in the house, and one person seemed to think that they said that he didn't get along with the other cat.
Okay.
I know that I did get some paperwork back in the mail the other day that they had forgot to bring with them the day that they brought him, and it said on there, "We hope that he is able to find a home as an only pet."
Okay.
So apparently the original adopter feels like he would do best in a home of his own.
Right.
He is here in the big cat room, which, as you know, everybody in here, they're out, they're free roaming. They have to be able to interact and get along.
Yeah.
Since he was brought back in here, he's been hiding a little bit. We did kennel him for a few days just to see how it was going to go. But I mean, overall, it seems like he's doing okay. I think he would be able to coexist with another cat in the house, I would say, as long as there was enough space that they could separate. Because, in this room, they got plenty of room to move around, but this is just one room.
Yeah.
So I feel like maybe, in a house with a little more space, he could probably coexist with another kitty.
Yeah, that makes sense.
As long as they got along to begin with.
Yes, yes, that's the key.
There's always going to be that one cat that, like you got, like me, I got multiple cats, bring in a new cat, and there's going to be one that everybody dislikes.
Yep.
So, hi.
That happens.
Can I pick
Speaking
you up?
of, I tried to pick him up earlier. He wasn't a huge fan
we
of
may not last, but we can get him in the camera.
He's
get him
very
into frame.
pretty.
He's
a very super light gray, and his feet are a little bit lighter, and his little face.
Yep. He got an ombre thing going on.
Yeah,
there.
he does. Very pretty kitty.
I went back and looked at the notes, and when he originally came into us as a kitten, he's about 1.5 years now.
Okay.
So when he originally came in, my notes say that he showed up in somebody's yard and they couldn't keep him, which is very common around here.
Yep.
So, but he doesn't really seem to like to be held. But as soon as David sat down in the chair to try to get some footage, he was right there on him. He wants to be with somebody. Yeah, he'd probably be one who would like come and sit in your lap, come and sit on the couch or the chair with you.
Yeah.
But not necessarily want to be picked up and carried around.
Yeah, makes sense. I get that.
So maybe not little bitty kids.
Yeah.
Because little bitty kids usually like to do that.
Yep, carry him around like they're a stuffed animal.
Hi guys, I got cats all over my feet.
Yes.
That tends to happen in here.
It does, yeah. Oh goodness. So yeah, he is he's super sweet. He's a little skittish today, but we all have those days.
Yeah, it seems like every little noise, somebody knocking something over in the corner or whatever, and he kind of jumps. But may just be maybe we didn't get enough sleep last night or something.
I feel that. I get it. I feel that, buddy. But he's very sweet, and like she said, he loves the pets. It's just not a huge fan of being held. So I highly recommend come on down, meet him, hang out with him, meet all of the kitties in here. They're so fun.
We've got some great cats in here right now. We've got over 50 cats in our care.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
Several of them are still in quarantine, either not ready yet, or just the simple fact that we don't have room
There's
to
not room
move
to move
them down.
them. Yeah, makes sense.
We are in PetSmart in Jeff City for December and January. We get them usually 4 months a year for the cat enclosure over there. They have a real good knack for getting our adults and our older kittens adopted out. Good. So we actually just sent the litter that Fish Stick and Hot Pocket and Corn Dog. That litter just went over there over the weekend on the 1st. So hopefully we'll move several kitties out through that for the holidays and everything, and make some room. Yeah. Both to bring some down and then to be able to open up for intakes again. But right now we are just overwhelmed.
Yeah. It makes total sense.
Yeah,
I get it.
So, and a lot of what happens, and it seems like every year by the time December rolls around, we've got a lot of those kittens that are in that 6, 7, 8, 9 months. They're no longer tiny kittens anymore. They're what we call juveniles, teenagers, and they're the ones that came in earlier this year and for whatever reason have just sat here. So crossing our fingers that we want people, if they are going to adopt as Christmas gifts, to put a lot of thought into it. Don't bring home a kitten and then in a few months you're bored of it or whatever. It's a lifelong commitment. Think it over, but kittens make great gifts.
Yes, that's true. Yes, they do.
For your own family and your own home.
Yes.
Not as a surprise for somebody else.
Correct, yeah. Speaking of Christmas gifts, you guys have your angel tree going on, right? Tell me about that.
I just got that up this weekend too as well. So for the last few years, we've done a shelter angel tree. Just like they have the ones, for the kids in the community and stuff. They can come in, they can pick tags off the tree. This year we have our normal tree in the shelter lobby. We have a smaller version of it up in the thrift store right inside the door, so they can come in either building. The tags are color-coded, so if it's written on in red, it's a dog item, green is cats, and blue is like general shelter and cleaning supplies, things like that. Come in, pick some tags off the tree, go make your purchase, bring it back to the shelter sometime between now and the end of the year. And we have a little gift in exchange for while supplies last. We'll put that on there. I don't know how long they'll last, but we do have some little gifts to hand out.
Awesome. That's great.
And also, I do believe that I should have checked on this before I'm saying this, but I'm going to say this and hope that I'm still right. For the lighted Christmas parade every year, which was last weekend as well, we save up stuffed animals all year long to throw out to the kids instead of candy for the Christmas parade. I was told we have several bags of stuffed animals left, and if the kids want to come in and if they weren't at the parade and missed out on that they can come in and pick up a stuffed animal.
Perfect. So pick up a stuffed animal, take a tag off the tree, win-win.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Awesome. Well, of course, I recommend come on down to the shelter, grab one or a few of those tags. Also, meet all of the amazing kitties in here, and let's find Minnow a home. And of course, as always, you can apply to adopt at ozarkscatandcanine.com. Thanks again, Mary.
Thank you.
That does it for another Furry Friends.
The lake has it all. Even this time of year, some incredible events.
The scenic outdoors, there's so much to see.
But listen, there have been an average of 6 fatal crashes in Missouri per month from distracted driving this year.
That's where you come in. Always remember to buckle up and put your phones down. Your eyes belong on the road. This reminder to drive safe, boat safe, brought to you by Price & Randall Injury Attorneys.
Thank you so much for joining us on Happy Hour presented by Jennings Insurance Group. And I want to say thanks to all of the guests that we had on the show this week. And join us next week. We're going to have a fantastic show. Until then, make sure that you're kind to one another. We'll see you guys then.